The crew are at a circus where auditions are being held.
You sure picked a fine time to try to steal explosives.
There are only a few more auditions left.
All right, that's enough. You're hired at beginner's rates.
Beginner's rates? Are you kidding? That isn't even enough to eat on.
Take it or leave it.
That's Brady. He runs the place. The lady is Lisa. She doesn't. The other guy is Knife Thrower. That's how he's listed.
Who's next?
I think I am, sir.
The great Golby, huh?
Oh, he's really very good, Mr. Brady. I worked with him before.
Oh, yeah. With that face, he better be talented.
He does marionettes. Lisa has a major soft spot for him, and it's not hard to see why. Brady mentioned his face, but to regular people, that face radiates sweetness, gentleness, and a heart for making people smile.
You know, he isn't bad.
He doesn't know anything about hand controls.
What are hand controls?
Those cross wooden bars that you attach the string to.
Fitzhugh is right. He's not using hand controls. He has the strings looped on his fingers. That's what makes it hard for him to get a lot of movement out of the figures. I've watched a lot of people use marionettes. There are those who rely on actual skill with them, like Golby is trying to do, and there are those who rely on gimmicks. One of the worst I ever saw was at a county fair in Wyoming one year. This guy's puppets would walk out onto the stage and sing. That's it. They would stand there and flap their mouth until the song was done, doing absolutely nothing else. Then at the end, he'd have some kind of a quick gimmick. For example, he had a baby whose diaper fell down and exposed his little butt for a second. And when people didn't clap, he got mad and wasn't afraid to let them know it. I was standing next to the stage for one of his shows, watching his hands and how he did things. At one point, he grumbled loud enough for many of us to hear, complaining about all the work he goes to and can't get a single round of applause, and I couldn't help thinking, my man, you're in the wrong line of work.
The gorilla! He's loose!
You'd better get inside.
I probably don't need to mention that that's our old friend and critter actor Janos Prohaska in the suit. And why do they have a wild gorilla? And what's he so angry about?
Fitzhugh! Get the girls out of here.
He's coming this way.
Quick! Let's clear out.
He's looking at Valerie and saying, "You are the weirdest banana I ever saw."
Bobo! Bobo! Come here!
He's gone.
I chased him away.
Oh, sure you did. Let's get out of here before he comes back.
It's a good thing something chased him away. He was getting ready to pick Valerie up and peel her. That could get us kicked off the air.
All right. Now listen. We've got to get Bobo back before he hurts anyone, or we're ruined.
But he's dangerous.
Don't worry. He's as gentle as a kitten as long as no one scares him. He's trained to obey the whistle. If you spot him, use it.
He's as gentle as a kitten, but they have to get him back before he hurts someone. He's trained to obey the whistle, but nobody bothered to blow it just then. Are we sure we want to get explosives from this operation? There's an opening to get away from the giant circus, but Bobo is another matter.
No.
He's going to find out if this is a banana. That's gorilla talk for okay, it's screaming. Haven't seen a banana do that before. Betty can't get his attention by throwing rocks at him.
What happened? Where's Valerie?
He'll kill her. Do something.
Like what?
The table is now open to suggestions. Let's hear them.
Anyone? Anyone?
Bobo heads deeper into the woods. All they can do is follow him and wait to see if he's ever going to put Valerie down.
Got his leg caught in a bear trap.
That has to hurt. Bobo's a little frantic and you can't blame him. He decided he needs both hands to deal with this trap. Dan has an idea.
That trap's fastened to the tree over there. If I go over there and try to attract his attention, that might bring him over to the tree.
And that might give Steve and I the chance we need to get in there and get Val away from him.
Right.
Dan shakes bushes, throws rocks, and it looks like it's working. Scratch that plan. Next, Bobo gets his foot out of the trap and turns his attention to Valerie again. Gorillas generally live on the ground, but they can climb trees. Bobo just proved that Giannis Prohaska can also climb trees. Steve can only think of one way to get him down.
Let's get some of these leaves, the green ones, and put them under that tree.
Green leaves won't burn.
Doesn't want them to burn.
But you try dry leaves, at least they flame up.
Fitzhugh, they don't want flame, they want smoke. Come on.
They don't want to burn the tree down, they want to annoy Bobo enough to make him come down. Bobo is watching them with great curiosity, both about what they're doing and what they might be. But he's still not interested enough to come down.
You know, the smoke might attract some giants. Fitzhugh, you better take Betty back to camp.
You're absolutely right. It's not safe here.
Oh, but Steve, I want to stay and help. I
You
can
can help by staying out of trouble. Come on.
Oh.
Yes, we all know how absurd it is to hear that coming out of Fitzhugh. He's caused more trouble than she ever could, but he's a dude, so by definition, he's more capable than she is. Welcome to 1970.
Giant.
Hey, you don't know how hard they worked to build that. How rude. And Bobo is being extra quiet up in the tree so Golby doesn't notice him. Gotta do something about that.
Hey! We need your help.
You're the first little person I've ever met.
Great. But there's a gorilla right above your head.
Thank you.
Golby says, I can't help much with that. I'll call the trainer. He's blowing the whistle to call the trainer? I thought the whistle was to call Bobo. I hope Valerie was still unconscious for that, or she's going to have nightmares forever. Golby sets her down and says she isn't hurt too badly.
Valerie, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Val?
Valerie? Are you hurt?
Don't try to get up.
I don't think so.
They can only offer their heartfelt thanks and disappear back into the bushes. Golby is just happy everyone's all right.
I heard your whistle. Where is he? Bobo, come down here.
Can you get him by yourself?
No problem. He's as sweet as a house pet.
He is. Then why did he run wild before?
Something scared him. Come on, Bobo.
I've got to get back to my audition. It's very important to me.
Okay. And thanks. I'll tell Mr. Brady you found Bobo.
Thank you.
He says Bobo is trained to respond to that whistle, but I'm not convinced Bobo is trained at all. At the very least, If a little scare can make him do all this, he needs more training and is not ready for prime time. But this whole circus of Brady's is like that. A halfway job, good enough for the rubes, no pride in their craft, just gimme money.
Oh, I'm worried. You think Val will be all right?
Of course, of course.
Oh, just the same. I don't know.
Giant?
The trap picked up a good-sized stick along with Betty, which is the only reason she's still in one piece.
Hey, mister, listen. Help! They're down here. Here.
Please, sir, help me.
More little people?
Do something. She could get killed.
This seems to be my day for helping little people.
Be glad, my friend. Not many people get that privilege, and too many abuse it.
All right, get out now.
He did that about as wrong as he could. Those things have a release lever that disengages the spring so you can open it easily. Fitzhugh calls Steve and the others to come help. Steve is hesitant, but Valerie reminds him that they owe this giant her life and Betty's. We're not going to abandon him in his time of need. They run back to camp and gather some tools. If they had all 7 of them on the end, they couldn't lever it open, so they'll do the next best thing, use the thermal tool to cut the spring. He's free, but his hand is broken. He can't operate his marionettes, which means no act, which means no pay, which means no food. And soon it also means no Mr. Golby. While he goes to find a doctor, Betty has made a decision. It means defying Steve's orders to go back to camp, so count Fitzhugh in too.
There are a lot more explosives where these came from. How much more do you want?
As much as we can get.
Well, there's plenty, but we don't have enough sacks to carry it all in.
I'll call Cap.
Valerie reports that Betty and Fitzhugh never showed up, so he says, then you'd better bring them. Fine, but it'll be a lot faster if you send her guerrilla chauffeur to collect her.
He's not wearing a splint.
Oh, then he didn't break his hand after all. Looks like he's still going through with the audition.
No sign of Betty or Fitz. Let's ask about them anyway.
Hi there. Welcome to the show.
If you didn't see that coming, give yourself 2 demerits. And we all know what happens if you amass too many demerits. You have to find a place to put them.
What's the matter? You never seen a puppet before?
Your friends are doing a wonderful thing for me. Now it doesn't matter about this.
Steve orders them back to the ship.
Sorry, gentlemen. Fitzhugh can go if he wants, but my mind's made up.
So is mine. We got him into trouble. We stay until he gets the job.
They might be able to hog-tie Fitzhugh and drag him back to the ship, but I don't think even the 2 of them combined are enough to deal with Betty. There's no time to discuss it. Someone's coming.
What's going on?
I don't know. But I better get these explosives away from here before somebody sees them.
I'll help you.
Okay, come on.
There's that screaming banana again. This time Bobo will figure out how to peel it.
Mr. Brady will be hiring for the final acts tonight. Do you think you'll be able to perform?
Well, the dancing might not be too good, but I think my ventriloquism will surprise him.
Ventriloquism? When did you add that?
Right after you left me for the knife throwing act.
I didn't want to leave you.
I know. I insisted. I couldn't afford to pay you.
That explains a few things. And a ventriloquist act is easy to do when your puppet can really talk. He'll demonstrate for Lisa.
They're going through with it.
I guess they are.
Hi, Lisa. You are very pretty.
You said I'm pretty?
If he doesn't, he also needs glasses. Her looks, and especially that body, were her stock in trade. Victoria Vetri did some acting and then posed for a Playboy spread under the name Angela Dorian. Yes, she stole it from the Andrea Doria. Anyway, she was crowned Playmate of the Year in 1968, and that got her rolling. We've seen her before. She was Carla in the Hogan's Heroes episode The Crittenden Plan, and she was King Tut's girlfriend Florence of Arabia in Batman. Her biggest claim to fame seems to have happened in 2010 when she shot her husband of 25 years and did time for attempted murder. But at least she was alive for all that. It could have been very different. In 1969, her good friend Sharon Tate invited her to come over and hang out because Sharon's husband Roman Polanski was out of town. Ms. Vetri wasn't feeling well, so she declined. That was the night that the Manson family murdered Tate and several others in that house. I have to wonder how much survivor's guilt she's had to deal with over the years.
He didn't say anything. I did. And you are.
No, wait, I watched you that time. Your lips didn't move at all.
Lisa is blown away, but the puppets say, "You haven't heard us sing."
Be a clown, be a clown. All the world loves a clown. Be a crazy buffoon, and the demoiselles will all swoon. How about you, Betty?
Wear the cap and the belt, and you'll write with all the great swell. If you become a doctor, folks will face you with dread. If you become a dentist, they'll be glad when you're dead. You'll get a bigger hand if you can stand on your head. Be a clown, be a clown, be a clown.
I wish I could let this whole song run because their singing and dancing really is good.
Be a clown. That's enough, Betty. Save it for the audition.
There's one little thing that's challenging my suspension of disbelief. Nobody's asking how he does two voices at once.
We'll have you out of here in a minute. Better hurry, you'll be back.
What do you think you're doing?
Now's our chance to get you out of here. Come on, let's get going.
Well, you can go ahead, fellows. We're certainly not going.
Are you kidding?
Listen, Golby saved my life. We owe him this audition.
Those two have not been paying attention.
You mean you're going to do more of this nonsense?
Nonsense. I like that.
Never mind, my dear. Everybody's a critic.
Now, look, if you go through with this, we're not going to be able to help you.
I didn't ask for any help.
I don't know. Let's go.
He's your basic BFG, Steve. Big, friendly giant. He's already saved two of you from certain doom, and he's asked for nothing in return. They're showing their gratitude by being IBFLPs, itty-bitty friendly little people. Either he likes her and is trying to share his food with her, or he still thinks she's a banana and wants to see if that will fit inside her peel.
What are you hiding back there, anyway? Come on. What are you hiding? Bobo? Bobo.
Mr. Brady,
Huh? What?
I just saw the greatest act in the world.
Oh, yeah, who was it?
The great Golby.
Golby, are you kidding me? He's a third-rate puppeteer.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Please, come see for yourself.
All right, I do owe him a favor for finding Bobo anyway.
If they can get Valerie out of there, maybe she can join the act and people can ooh and ah when they see a puppeteer with two hands operating 3 marionettes, to say nothing of ventriloquizing 3 voices at once. Brady watches the puppets dance a bit and goes back to Bobo.
A little person.
Well, the giant's got her. Now what?
Sorry, Bobo. You can't have her.
Why do I have a feeling she's safer with Bobo? Dan ran out to grab the explosives that they had to leave in front of the cage.
Mr. Brady.
Look, get him. Get him, he's running away.
He can get away, but he'll have to leave behind a perfectly good uniform jacket.
Oh, great shot. Listen, scout around and see if you can find any others. I'll handle this one.
Look, I know you have an emotional attachment to that jacket, but is it really worth this?
No wonder those puppets are so lifelike. I think I'll finish that audition right now.
I foresee trouble.
About this act.
Yes, sir.
You now have my undivided attention. Let's see what you can do.
Now's your chance.
I'll do my best.
They do their dance and sing Be a Clown again, and Brady says, let's talk.
Well, what do you mean he has no talent? You heard them sing.
No, I didn't. Golby knows what I'm talking about.
Well, maybe he does, but I don't.
Well, let me show you the great Golby's little secret.
Valerie, Dad!
Lisa is amazed. They're real little people. Brady says, they're the act. Anybody can front it. Lisa says, but Golby is perfect. Look at him. He's the ideal image of the kindly showman that everyone loves. And Frank Ferguson definitely had that look. He started out as a young man in theater, and from what I've been able to gather, he broke into movies by basically pestering everybody in sight until someone gave him a chance. That led to a long and productive career through the 50s and 60s in particular. But thanks to good old cancer, he only had 8 years left after this episode. It took him away in 1978.
We demand to know what's going to happen to us.
Exploit you to the hilt, of course. You'll be the most famous act in history.
Well, now, look, we only did this to help Golby.
Couldn't care less why you did it, as long as you go on doing it.
Well, we won't go on doing it, will we, Fitz?
What? Oh, of course not.
Our ethics are more important than our egos, right, Fitzhugh? Right, Fitzhugh? Brady starts poking Dan and Valerie with a pencil and says, you do what I say or your friends have a very difficult time. Golby can't stop him with that bad hand. He gathers them all up and takes them somewhere else. Steve has been watching the whole thing from behind the curtains.
Mark? Mark,
Right here, Steve.
meet me in front of the gorilla cage. Right away.
Right.
If we let Bobo catch us, maybe we can be in the show too.
Why do you want to work for Brady? Why don't the two of you do something on your own and go to work for yourselves?
Oh, we couldn't do that.
Why not? Are you going to go on being a third-rate puppeteer in a cheap carnival? And you, Lisa, you got a lot going for you. I don't think you want to spend the rest of your life having some guy throw knives at you.
I can tell you why. They're both afraid of failure. But let's be honest, what do you call this dump? Brady's operation may be operating, but it's not a success. We saw why at the beginning. His pay scale can only attract mediocre acts. He's not willing to fork over the money to get quality. And there are only a certain number of people who will buy tickets to a half-finished circus.
You get my friends away from Brady, and I'll help you put together an act. A good one.
You can? Really?
I think so.
All right, I'll try.
My idea? Dress Brady all in yellow and let Bobo try to peel him. Speaking of Brady, he just got off the phone.
Well, my little friends, you should be feeling very happy. I just made us rich.
Us? A likely story.
He made a deal with someone for 2 shows at 10 grand each with an option for 2 more at 20 grand each. So what's their cut?
Is everything okay, Mr. Brady?
Mind your business. Be ready to leave in the morning.
In the morning?
Yeah, I got your first-class date. Not much money, but it's good experience.
But
Shut up and pack.
He said not much money, which is a lie. The little people need to call him on it in front of Golby. They won't. Steve and Mark are building a bomb out of some of the explosive they snitched. They've got Bobo flipping out. Steve climbs up, plants the bomb inside the lock, and lights the fuse. Brady is coming over to see what's got Bobo so worked up.
Hey, what's going on here? Help! He's loose! He's loose again!
Perfect timing, Brady. And Bobo remembers who's nice to him and who isn't. You are an isn't. While they're all busy trying to rescue a guy that none of them can stand and would be better off without, Steve and Mark are headed for the cage.
Stop it! Easy, Bobo! Easy!
All they have to do is keep up with it. The latch is jammed, neither Lisa nor Golby can get it open. Brady just saw what they're doing and is determined to stop them, Bobo or no Bobo.
Give me a light.
Sir, the best thing you can do for your accuracy right now is quit smoking. Will Bobo catch up with Brady, and if he does, what'll he do to him? Who cares? He's out of our hair and the great Golby has gone solo. So to speak. You knew Lisa was going with him. They're almost like a father and daughter. As we can see, Fitzhugh taught him how to build and use hand controls, and his puppetry has improved by orders of magnitude.
If you become a doctor, folks will face you with dread. If you become a dentist, they'll be glad when you're dead. You'll get a bigger hand if you can stand on your head. Be a clown, be a clown, be a clown.
How does he make them sing? Well, Mark rigged up some miniature tape recorders that go inside them.
And the best part is, Betty and Fitzhugh are even willing to forego royalties for the use of their voices. It's too bad we won't see Golby and Lisa again because they're good characters. They understand the little people because they are also on the short end of the stick. When you look at Golby, you can see how life has beaten him down to the point where he's willing to be subservient to a bully like Brady. Lisa is devoted to him, and as a result, she's in the same situation. When someone comes along who's in a worse plight than they are, which is to say the little people, their hearts open. The two groups of underdogs team up and take down the big bad. As a direct result, Golby and Lisa have a new opportunity. And I assume we won't see them again because we only have 2 episodes left and they'll be on tour. That's showbiz. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please click the thumbs up. It really does help the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, the button looks something like this. So click it and join our little family. There's a bell there that may or may not actually work to give you notifications when we post something, but it can't hurt to click it just in case. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. And Peeler. Gonna have nightmares. Blah, blah. She's gonna have nightmares forever. If nobody's got blah, blah, blah. If 2 of you from certain he's your basic big friendly. Okay, come on. Dress Brady all in leather.